Hey everyone, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be going over how to get started with Argus and unlocking your world quests. Now obviously I'm Alliance, so it's going to be slightly different for the Horde, but it all merges together really quick. So I have to go to Stormwind, or any Alliance will have to go to Stormwind at first. I'm assuming Horde probably have to go to Orgrimmar. I'm not entirely sure, but you'll have to go to a city at some point and meet up with everybody in the Exodar area, or Azure Mist Isle, if you will. So if you're Alliance, you're going to go ahead and fly over to the harbor in Stormwind, and you're going to go to the third pier, and on the boat there will be someone you can talk to there, and once you'll talk to them, tell them that you're ready. You can hear him kind of talking with the sped up video. This was really long, and I kind of cut it down as much as I could while still leaving in the lore. So you're going to, take this boat all the way across the world, and something to note here is there is no flying here, so I end up falling in the water. It's not a huge deal because it's not like you're too far away from land. And this is where the Horde and Alliance also first meet up, because I got the invitation to come as well. So you're going to go into the Exodar, and you're going to be looking for Prophet Valen. Now, if you don't know this, the Exodar is a spaceship. The Exodar is how the Draenei got to Azeroth. So when they fled the Outlands, it would have been, they crash landed here, and this was their ship. This is obviously a giant ship, but obviously it's not operational any longer. And what we find out is that they have been making another ship, basically, this whole time. So you just basically have to channel on this little pylon thing next to Prophet Valen, and when the channel's done, we'll get to actually be teleported onto the ship. And there it goes. Alright, so now this is where we're going. This is going to be our main station. This is basically like the city for this, for Argus. So you go down here, you go all the way across the side, and you go ahead and turn this in. Accept the next quest. Okay, and then you'll just talk to him and cutscene. Here we see Valen and Boros.
After we reach Argus, we will meet with the army of the light and begin our invasion.
And let it end up top. He's back to kind of being a protagonist at this point.
Does he understand what you're truly asking of him? Many of them, we follow the path of the light, no matter where it leads. Your faith has always been your weakness. When your closest allies fell to darkness, you didn't stop them.
One of those should be outdated.
When the Legion swept over your world and took your people, you didn't make a stand. All you did was watch, convinced you were following the light's will.
Nothing like a young Valen.
You failed your people. Their blood is on your hands. You will never understand what I did to save my people. The light was holding you back. It's time to forge your own path. Prophet, we are ready. Proceed.
As you can tell, that kind of looks the same like the Vindicaar, the Alcatraz, those are ships as well, from the Outlands. So we fly to Argus.
Where is your army of the light? Zeera. Something is wrong.
giant weapon is going to fire and hack that down. Comes into play later on.
The Legion will fire again soon. What are your orders, Prophet?
Said
We
right
make
nothing.
our
Don't attack.
stand. The last battle for Argus has begun.
Okay. So after this cutscene, go back up to like this. I call it the mission board. It's like a teleporting map thing. Just accept the next quest from him. Talk. And you're gonna go down to Argus now. I take a time to kind of look off the edge there because I like what has happened to our world. And so I'm just going to kind of go over what you have to do with these quests now, because now you're going to do a series of quests on Argus. So you're going to grab these first couple of quests here. Very, very straightforward quests. You're just going to kill some demons. You're going to deactivate some pylons that are surrounding these cannon type things. And you're also going to be freeing slaves, basically. One thing I want to note, as you can tell, if you're on a PvP server, this could get a little bit muddy and be kind of annoying. Obviously, it'll settle down as more time passes, but right the first week or so, it'll probably be a little hectic if you're on a PvP server. Obviously, if you're on a PvE server, it's not going to be really an issue. It'll be a little bit better experience, maybe. I will say, because I would complain if I would have had a lot of trouble with Horde, I only got ganked one time the entire time, and I actually killed the thing ganking me, and some other Horde killed me, but I give them a pass just because, you know, they don't know if I started the fight or if the other person started the fight. It just so happened to be that I did not start the fight. That would kind of be suicide. Here you see me taking down the cannon, the pylons by the cannon, and that destroys those. I think there's 3 of those that you do. And then the last thing you'll see here is, well, I guess I'd show you these pylons as well. There you go. And then you just free these little, you can see one on the left right there, these little slaves right there. You have to go around and free all of them. You go up and you find Illidan, and you go ahead and turn the quest in, and you'll see that weapon that shot down the Centaur right in front of you here. Go through a little bit more dialogue. Something's wrong, Illidan says. And there you go. It's actually a giant demon. So he's going to come up out of the water, or fell water, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and DPS him down. The only thing you need to know about this is, I don't even know if it'll kill you, but at some point it tells you to run inside that barrier. So just stand with Valen. He'll protect you well enough, at least. And you finish him off. Turn the quest back in. Illidan says that he probably has more of them. He's a really negative Nancy. Alright, so we're going to go up to turn the next part of the quest in here. And we're going to follow Valen down to this little hovel. He kind of is like, this seems so familiar, so it's probably like a place on Argus where he's been before or whatever. And you're going to be surrounded by what is actually one of Valen's old friends, who now views him as a traitor because how he left Argus with some of the people, and you know, some other people got left behind, and they turned into these oath-sworn or fell-sworn, I think maybe they're called. I can't remember, from DC. Basically, it's like a comma, what a comma was, not in the Warlords version, but in original version. So Turalyon comes out. Turalyon, if you don't know who he is, I might not be saying his name correctly, but he was like the first like super paladin along with Uther, and he became like the leader of the army, not just the paladins, but like the army of the Alliance. So he's here. He was on the Centaur or Scimitar, or whatever it's called, and he comes and he kind of like guides peace with you guys because the Fellsworn type, Change Draenei, whatever they're called. They're called like the Kromkar or something on Argus. But they kind of, he vouches for you guys, so they let you go. And you're going to go follow Turalyon. And now you're going to do a couple quests for him. Again, these quests are very straightforward. I only include them because I always include basically all the details in my guide videos, because there's somebody out there that wants the details, even if other people don't. So for this part, you're just going to kill these 3 major demons, and you're going to free some more slaves. What I'll say for this part is just go from right to left, because you're basically going to turn the quest in on the left side. I didn't know that, I was just kind of going wherever. But when you get to this part, if you go to the right and kill that demon, free any slaves you can along the way, and then kill the one in the middle, and then kill the one on the left, it'll kind of save you a little bit of time of running around. And these demons could be dying at random times if there's a lot of people there, so you might miss out on a kill as well. So I would just definitely recommend going right boss, middle boss, left boss, and then head all the way over to the other side. As you can see, I actually I think I did left, middle, right, or left, right, middle even, I don't know. Like I did it in a weird order, but I didn't know where to turn it at the time, so. Again, that's just kind of the point of a video like this, is to help someone else out. And these things die really easily, especially if there's anybody else there. You don't need anybody else, but. Alright, so that's dead. And get one little shot on the middle guy here. And you go all the way up to the left, up the hill, and you're going to talk to Turalyon again, turn in the quest, and we have to fight another big demon in Fellwater. So go ahead and talk to him to activate it. And I waited for him to come in, maybe hoping he would tank, and I went ahead and mined that first. So he's going to like pop his wings and attack. I'm a paladin too, so I pop my wings and I attack. And we're going to go crazy on him here. He's going to kind of do a stun ability when he starts to get hurt, and he's going to unleash all these little minions on you to kill you. You can't do anything about it. But instead of dying, luckily Alleria comes and saves you. Now, if you don't know who Alleria is basically Turalyon's significant other, wife, etc. She was like a master ranger for the Night Elf army during the wars, when the hordes first attacked Azeroth. You also might, her name might sound somewhat familiar. She has many references in World of Warcraft. The most notable and obvious one is in Burning Crusade in Vindicaar Forest. That Alliance camp there is called the Allerian Stronghold. There's other references to her randomly scattered. For Horde, it's another one of Sylvanas' sisters, which becomes evident in part of the storyline later on in the game. So after you finish that dialogue, we get back on the ship here, in the car, and then there's going to be some more dialogue. Now, if you're a paladin, what they're going to be talking about right now is their son, Arathor the Redeemer. So he's a paladin as well. So paladins know all about him, but that was their son that they had to basically like leave behind. It wasn't safe for him. So you're going to finish that dialogue, and now the next quest is to kind of get to know the ship a little bit. So the easiest way to do this is just go ahead and head down to the bottom of the stairs here. And if you take a left into the center area, there you go. And in here you'll see like Khadgar, he's chilling in here, not doing anything. I'm kind of seeing some notable Draenei in here. Obviously, this really plays well for me because I'm a Draenei paladin. Like everyone on here is a paladin or a Draenei, so it's a lot of stuff that I know. Honestly, I could see this kind of being boring for a Horde, maybe, who's never played Alliance, because it has nothing to do with them. So you're going to go over to this portal and talk to this little gnome, and it's just supposed to be like little funny stuff. It's just kind of dumb. But basically, it's just showing you that there is a portal to Dalaran here that you can get to at any time. So you don't have to worry about that. So you just talk to him and finish that part. And if you go back through the center, we're going to head over to the next area. This next thing is the Netherlight Crucible. This is very important. It's not active yet, but here's where you're going to be able to forge your relics. If you played in Wrath of the Lich King, you might remember reforging your gear. This is basically going to be reforging your gear, but for your relics. Relics meaning the things that you put inside your artifact weapon to empower it. You're going to be able to kind of forge those into abilities that you like more than others. So it's going to be very important. So that's the second person that you talk to. The last person you talk to is upstairs, and that's just going to be the innkeeper. I personally chose to make the inn my home. Obviously, you don't have to do that. But for me, it just makes it a little bit easier. Even though there is a teleporter in Dalaran, sometimes it's easy just to go ahead and click your Hearthstone and get where you need to be. Also, it's helpful too if you're just in the middle of nowhere doing world quests down on Argus. It's also a way that you can go ahead and get back without having to get to a teleport point or anything like that. You can just go ahead and hearth back. So obviously you don't have to do it. People have their hearthstones where they want to, but for me, it kind of streamlines it, makes it a little bit easier. So we're just going to go back up to Valen or whoever gave us the quest up here and turn it in. And we're going to get to the next part. Getting closer. Where are we? We're a little over halfway there. Alright, so now you're going to talk this little map board, mission board again. I really like how you can see everything off the edge of the ship. I really enjoy the look of Argus, I guess you could say. Alright, so here you see that little point for which you teleported up from. We're just going to go back down here. And there's that little mutated Draenei. And he's going to open up this tunnel for you. And Turalyon's like, so that's how you've been surviving. You've been hiding in these tunnels. That big winged guy, someone in my guild asked about him. Again, if you play Paladin or Priest, you would know that he's a follower of a light, a different, like an alien species, I guess, that also follows the light, and that's kind of how they were brought together, is that they're both, like, holy or whatever, so he's helping out as well on this crusade to kill the Burning Legion. Alright, so I'm gonna. He mentions going over a bridge, and that's what we're gonna do. It's just there's nothing to fight there, so that's the point of going and doing that. You're gonna see me stop here and mine. It's something notable if you are a profession. Excuse me. It is a very good way to make gold, especially when a new patch launches. Is mine everything you can. Gather everything you can. It's all worth a lot of gold, especially at the very beginning of a patch. It's worth that few seconds to stop and go ahead and do that. So as you can see, there's nothing to fight here, just how he intimated. So you're going to go over the bridge. You'll see Turalyon there with this big old ugly demon. Master has plans for you, apparently. And there's Alleria again, coming to destroy his life. So here with... Oh, that's not... Sorry, that wasn't Alleria. That was like his lieutenant or whatever from the ship. I'm sorry. Either way, Turalyon's always getting his life saved by a woman. Hashtag girl power. So you're going to wait for them to get here and all arrive, and then we're going to get another series of quests. Again, they're all very straightforward, easy quests, which is good and bad. Alright, grab all of these quests here. I think there's 3 of them total. See me mine again here. Alright, I don't recommend killing one of these elite demons. It takes a little while, but we're going to kill demons as one of the quests. See, I grabbed another one there. Alright. After we kill the demons, now we have crystals to gather and these little pylons to destroy. So you just gather up the crystals. It'll take a while. There's quite a few of them. It takes a while to kill all the demons too. You get the pylons. There's little buffs you can get all around the area. See me getting there. Alright, so you're going to turn in all 3 of these quests here. And for the next part, we're going to be shooting down fellbats. Now, I normally absolutely hate these quests, but in this case, I make an exception because it's a little bit easier. So you see them start to glow. I just happen to use the one on the top there. It doesn't matter which one you use. So I'm going to climb up there. And you'll see why I don't mind this one. So there's bats everywhere, first of all. I only hit one somehow, and then I missed. But you just kind of go shoot like crazy. Kill them all. It doesn't take too long. You don't have to really aim or try to guide your missiles or anything like that. So it's pretty easy. Normally I absolutely hate these quests and despise them, but this one is pretty dang simple. So we'll turn that in. So pull out our charger. I was looking at the wrong quest there. Alright, so we're going to head up north This guy has a very, very cool bow. Like, this doesn't even look like World of Warcraft. Look at this. He has like this light bow. It's freaking sweet. So this part, you don't have to. It's a little weird. I'm gonna mine a few things up here, but somebody else actually started the quest. Horde did, and so I got to kind of not the quest, but like the sequence. So I kind of just got to join in with it. See these little ads coming towards the light. So there's gonna be waves of these little ads if you click on that piece of ship there. And after the waves are done, you'll get this last little wave with this Exodar looking guy. And basically, killing him is the whole purpose of this sequence. So, you kill him, that means you have Light's Judgment. Touch the thing on the wall again, complete quest. And we have a quick little cutscene, basically attaching a weapon onto our ship there. So, that's pretty cool. Alright. So, we're going to grab this quest. And head right down the hill here. As you can see, we have a little action button on our screen. So you're just going to use that over the boulders. Clear the way. There's Turalyon, turn in the quest. A little glitchy there. Alright, so we're going to go inside the ship. A little bit of an Exodar look to it. All the Draenei ships and interdimensional travel machines, if you will. So we're going to activate all these little crystals around Zeera, or whatever this Naru is called. Click on it. Talk to Tur. Accept this part. A little bit more role playing here. And we will be back on the ship. Back on the Vindicaar. There's Loraxian. As you can see, there's Zeera all passed out on the ground. Awkward.
The light welcomes you, champion.
Alright, complete quest. New fight location discovered. Now we talk to him. And we have another cutscene. That's the piece from your order hall, I believe. If not, it's one that looks exactly like it.
Blessed to be in your presence once more, Zeera.
Turalyon, you have found the Chosen One.
Illidan, Chosen One.
Illidan, from birth, the light in your eyes.
Now, if you don't know the lore at all, Illidan was born with golden eyes, which is very rare for Night Elves. So he was said to be special, which of course he was.
I sacrificed that birthright long ago.
Do you not wish to reclaim what was lost? To be whole again?
The Legion's end is all I seek.
My child, you've given so much for so little. Your true potential, your redemption lies before you. Let go of your shattered form and embrace the light's power.
I've traded my freedom for power before.
The prophecy must be fulfilled. Your old life has passed. The light will forge you a new one.
It is not yours to take.
The light will heal your scars.
My scars!
The light is your destiny.
My destiny is my own!
And he absolutely destroys Zeera. Turalyon's pissed.
You've doomed us all, betrayer! Your faith has blinded you. There can be no chosen one. Only we can save ourselves.
Alright, so go ahead and turn this quest in to Valen. He's gonna ask you to gather up pieces of Zeera.
The light does not die with the prime Naru. It shines within each of us. We still have our purpose. We still have a world to save. We must press on.
You are right.
A little bit more role playing here.
Mission still stands.
As you can see, there's another quest up here again.
I lend you my strength. May the
That
Legion
one.
fall before you.
You can turn this into profit.
We must unite against the Legion.
And he's going to send you down to the Netherlight Crucible, which we talked about earlier. So this is like the first step of activating it, I suppose.
Light
Um,
has not left us.
You have to get pretty darn close to this thing to activate it. So
Her light cannot be allowed to
a little bit closer.
darkness.
And you'll see it kind of put stuff on one side. It looks like something goes on the other side. So I'm guessing that's what we'll be doing like next week or something. Is getting that other side going. And then also we're going to like activate the weapon that we installed or whatever. Or, yeah, I think that's what we did. Basically installed that weapon type thing. I'm just going over, like I said, there's professions and stuff here, so I'm just going over here and grabbing my profession stuff. I'm sure, I know the jewel crafters are around here, so there's like, whatever your profession is, you know, you can do it here. So I'm going to turn in both these quests, another light crucible thing, and then the installing the weapon. He's going to give me the quest to unlock world quests, which basically, all I have to do is travel in the ship to a different area.
Has invaded your
Our time is now.
Alright, turn in that one.
The Vindicaar is at your disposal.
I just can't get over how like cool it looks to look off the edge of this thing. Really good job by Blizzard, in my opinion. Has a little bit of the Outlands feel to it. Alright, so you just go to the mission board here, and what you're going to do is you're going to go click on that other spaceship looking thing on the left. That's just to teleport your spaceship there. And once you do that, you will unlock your world quests, and that'll be about it for the start of it. Then you can go ahead and do your world quests. There's nothing really else to do after that until probably next week. But I hope everyone got some help from this. If you have any questions, comment below. Other than that, everyone have a good one.